let's get to the fun stuff here because I'm not going to, it's actually an underdog token. So it is an underdog token. So I guess it qualifies in my normal coverage of underdog tokens. If you go back in the past, in the archives, underdog tokens is what I do primarily because I want to expose you to different tokens that I think may be worth your time and look. And here's the thing. If you want to look at these guys, I am not in any position to stop you. I'm going to follow it along and just tell you, here's what I see. And then it's up to you how you perceive it. But first I need to tell the story. This token apparently is called Magic of Universe. And Magic of Universe, from what I can tell, is reasonably new. I can't tell exactly when it released. Is on the Binance Smart Chain. They call it Binance Public Chain. There's no such thing. magicofuniverse.games. And I'm literally going there right now. And I'll tell you why I'm going there right now as opposed to earlier. Because it all ties together. When you go to magicofuniverse.games, you are presented with a screen that shows you that there's apparently a game that is to be played. It's not really a site. It presents it like a game. They have a link elsewhere to what they call a white paper. It's in Gitbook. And if you've heard my past episodes, you know I don't support Gitbook because I want a flat PDF. So already right there, they're off my list. They're not worth my time because they're already trying to hide any changes and things they do. Regardless, I read further. They even tell you white paper is going to be changed all the time. We're going to make these changes. So red flag. Red flag number one, your site isn't really a site. It looks like a game, which is going to turn off investors, especially because there's nothing else to it. You don't have anything beyond this. The moment you connect to this thing, it wants you to authorize a wallet. Red flag number two, before you even tell me who you are, before you even tell me what you're about, before you even tell me the point of you, you already want me to connect my wallet. And anybody listening, you should never connect your wallet to an untrusted thing. It should be a service you fully trust. Don't just blindly connect your wallet because we've seen, especially with MetaMask, that people's wallets are getting hacked because they're getting more creative, trying to trick you into connect your wallet up front before any other due diligence. These guys expected you to read the white paper and say, yay, and then click on the game and just start playing and then connect your wallet, and that's a good way to get your money taken. So please don't do that. In their white paper, what they call a white paper, they say vision and values. Quote, a self-sustained ecosystem with open world economy balance. This is a garbage statement. Let me tell you why. Let's break it out. Self-sustained ecosystem. What do you mean when you say self-sustained, number one? Number two, what do you mean by ecosystem? Number three, and this is the other tail end, open world economy balance. Like, think about what they're trying to tell you. Envision it in your head. Your call to action is try to create a picture in your head of what they're trying to do. You won't create one because it's either too lofty or it's BS, frankly. Quote, self-sustained ecosystem is the core to the next evolution of mankind. We, mankind, will then may focus, seek for another higher purpose in life. So let's break that down. So first of all, you said the same BS statement you just said above without clarifying it. Then you have absolutely terrible grammar. We, mankind, will then may focus, seek. You didn't spend any time quality checking your white paper. You have BS statements in there. You have a website that just takes you to a game and wants you to connect your wallet straight away. And you're not digging in to tell people what the heck is going on with this thing. Quote, we aim to deliver a new verse of GameFi. That's a direct quote. That's their acronym for Magic of Universe, whatever. Got reward with in-game coin that may opt to pancake swap or fiat to local currency. This is the worst written sentence I think I've ever heard of any, and I've reviewed a lot of writings and I've given criticisms on things, and this is the worst written thing. And then you close it out by repeating the same garbage, self-sustained ecosystem with the open world economic balances. So these guys are full of crap. And I'm sorry, I will say that. They're full of crap because your vision and values, you slapped this together in like 2 minutes to just put fluffy words that you thought would sound good because you want to try to trick young people who don't understand that you're full of crap and you're banking on the game to impress people. despite the fact that there have been so many scams with games in the past. Meet the team. So this is their attempt to KYC, presumably. Combination brought together by a team from different industries. As a game developer, the caps are all over the place. It's a nightmare. Aims to bring fun and exciting game environment community, whatever the heck that means. Started with 4 core members. Influence has spread. What influence of what? Countries such as Singapore, Malaysia, the US, the Philippines, and China. Developer team originate from Singapore with support of Hong Kong product department. Marketing and support team are from Singapore, Malaysia, US, Philippines, and China. So the people who are building this thing are from Singapore, and the people who are marketing this thing are everywhere else. Okay. Jacob Dong. That's what he says. Genius full stack developer. Having 11 years in traditional game planning, deep research on blockchain, which make the game even more playing probability. I understand the people listening skew younger, but as I read that, you know it's BS. You know it's crap as I read that. And trust me, you can go read it yourself. I'll share the link out there, magicuniverse.games. You won't find the white paper there. You can try. But, okay. So now he has this Jacob Dong dude. He's got basically a high-level online resume. That's what it looks like here. He does not, though, have a LinkedIn site. And you're like, well, why does that matter? The thing is, if you're going to create an online resume, and that's what this appears to be from my view of it, if you're going to do that, and he's from the Philippines, that's fine. You normally are also going to have a LinkedIn because it would give us research into who you follow and who follows you, and we can do a little bit deep dive as to who you are. Other than that, it's just a page. It doesn't tell us more than I think we need to know. Also, if he's from the Philippines, I question what I see as far as imagery here. I digress. Kent Miller, 10 years of mobile internet entrepreneurial experience. That doesn't make any sense. Employed in company invested by several top funds. Let me spoil this for people. Everybody who's ever worked for a public company, even if it's not publicly traded, but a public company, has been employed by, quote, a company invested by several top funds, because getting fund investment, whether it's angel funding or everything else, is a standard in business. This is not a standout thing that I want to see. Gary Park, 6 years of blockchain technology research and development, aim to solve every technical issues on time when occur. I read this and I can tell that one person wrote this. They didn't reach out to the people to really understand what they should write. And it's almost like they made people up. I'm being honest. That's what it feels like to me. Official launch January. I'm skipping one of this because it's garbage. Official launch 1st of January. So they allegedly launched roughly coming up on 2 months ago. Based on blockchain NFTs, aim to build an economically balanced open world. There's that bullshit again. Sorry, BS again. It promotes the creation of illusions, transactions, and PK between users as core goals. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. They get the contract code. That's fine. Apparently, they had a contract and then something went wrong, and then they had to launch a new contract fresh off launch. So already they've jacked up in their launch. So that's like, I could go down the list of all the different red flags I see in this. I'm not going to bore you with every part of the white paper because it's a garbage white. It's not even a white paper. It's garbage. It's straight up garbage. I don't even know why this became a thing. But I want to look deeper in their terms and everything else. They copied this from some template. And the reason I know they copied this from some template is that they're referring to United States legal compliance, and they're saying the words that are there do not, nobody that's in the Singapore, Hong Kong, China, they wouldn't care about the verbiage I see. They wouldn't care. So I can tell they copy pasted this from something. It's a template, generic words. There's nothing to it at all. It doesn't mean anything. Their privacy policy, this is copy template. They copied it from some other site. I'm pretty sure I could find it, but they copied this. They didn't really build this. They didn't really do anything here. This is slapped together. And you're like, well, Leicester, why are you covering it then? Because it looks like it's crap. I'm covering it for two reasons. One, to tell you that I think it's crap. Two, these jokers reached out. They sent an email. They actually sent two as a template to a bunch of people who are on YouTube. And on YouTube, we have a section that's about us for business opportunities. These jokers sent an email to everybody I can tell that had some YouTube something, scraped their email address and then put it into an email, and they sent it across saying, quote, would you be interested to be on board as our partner? I saw and loving your personal style, watching your YouTube channel. First of all, if they had watched or listened to any of our videos on YouTube, they would know that we are neutral and we criticize where we want to, and we don't shill because we repeat that multiple times, and not a single one of our posts is shilling any project whatsoever. So if you wanted a partner, I'd be the last person to contact. They just scraped a bunch of emails. They didn't watch any of this stuff. They didn't listen to any of this stuff, because if they did, they'd realize I'm about to run them through the ringer on today's episode. And they didn't realize this. I responded to them in the email when I saw this garbage and told them, I'm going to make sure I cover you and tell people that they should not invest in you because you're basically asking for shillers, and I'm not going to do this. Says, I'm reaching out because I think you're a fit for our game, which is now ongoing. It has started our pre-mining, and now the game is already launched. Kindly see attached file. First of all, in any business venture, in anything you can think of, I don't care if it's crypto or it's your work or something else. If you ever get somebody who sends you a message, a text, an email, anything, and they start a sentence with the word kindly, it's likely a scam. Just FYI this. If you're interested, please register here and revert back to me with your registered email address and your Binance wallet address that you register with. If this doesn't scream red flag to you, I don't know what would. And I can tell these people don't get it. They don't get how spam is a problem, especially in the United States. They don't get the perception that when you do this, number one, you come across as desperate, but number two, you lose credibility, you lose respect. I have no reason to invest in your project because you're coming at me wanting a shiller, despite the fact that my coverage is anti-shiller. That means you didn't listen to any of my coverage, because if you did, you would have approached it and said, we know that you don't want to buy in the project. We know that you're neutral. We want you to cover our project fairly. You didn't do that. You sent it to a bunch of people on the email asking for shillers. That's what you did. And you exposed everybody's email to everybody else. Now, it's public if it's on YouTube. The point is, putting it all in an email like this is unprofessional. And I can't imagine why you would think this is a good idea. It's not going to work, and your project's going to fail because you did this. They have an attachment. Quote, in the early stage, it's based on the Binance chain. In the following, it will open multi-chain. That sentence doesn't make any sense. This is clearly not a native English speaker. This is a farewell to the one-way Krypton game, which is criticized by players at present. So they had a game, it sucked, and now they're spinning up a new game, saying, oh, we got it right this time. Quote, Magic of Universe is officially inviting you to cooperate and be our partner, and together we both enjoy the benefits as part of our offer. As a committed partner, we need you to be prompt and enthusiastic in your online gaming passion and posting content, videos, and or posts about our game promotion that'll make you earn money and a sure chance to join our close Beta 1 testing in December. They mean closed, past tense, and they want you to be a shiller. They want you to get in so you can shill it and cash out. Quote, at your discretion and good timing, you also need to invite online gamers to avail our game, you mean experience, using your own referral code that would automatically be checked in our system, which will meet the company's quota for commission purposes. That last sentence I just read, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that is the exposure. This is what the shills want. There's a quota they expect, and they pay a commission for driving traffic to a project. This is why Leicester does not support shills or shillers, because we know that it's just money driven. The goal is not for the project to do good by the investors. The goal is to enrich the developers and enrich the shillers. And I mean true shillers, people that don't care about you, don't care about the project, don't provide any fundamentals, don't provide any data to back up why they're doing a thing. They're just trying to drive traffic to you. So if you see Magic of Universe spinning around, if you're on social media, or you hear of Magic Universe, or you happen to see some ad about Magic of Universe, I just broke down what they sent me. requesting that I shill their crappy project. And I'm pretty confident that the coverage I've done so far is the antithesis, the exact opposite, the complete polar opposite of a shill, because I am a neutral coverage person. I'll call it like I see it. You guys already are on my hit list with an S because you did this outreach trying to get me to shill your product, and you openly admit that you have a commission for doing so. You don't want neutral coverage. And guess what? I will make sure I at them because I want them to hear this, because I want them to do better. Because projects like this are the reason nobody trusts crypto anymore. Because we do garbage like this instead of trying to succeed with a quality project and trying to succeed with quality feedback and doing right. Again, I can tell that who wrote this is not a native English speaker. It isn't even about what country you're from. It's about how you do the project and understanding the cultural nuances from a worldwide. If you're going to create a worldwide audience project, you better darn sure understand how all the different cultural nuances play in together. If you don't, you shouldn't get in the business because you're going to embarrass yourself out of it, starting with my coverage here. Because I didn't see any other coverage of it. I didn't go deep into it because I was so offended by them sending this. So Magic of Universe, if you want to take a look at it, magicofuniverse.games, and maybe you like it because maybe you like the game, and maybe you're okay with the fact that their so-called white paper is crap, and maybe you're okay with them asking for shillers, and maybe you just want the profit, or maybe you just like the game. I encourage you to take a look at it. Don't just take my word and not take a look at it. Take a look at it for yourself. Maybe it makes sense for you. Maybe all you invest in are game projects. Maybe you don't care that they go after shillers. Maybe you're so in NFTs that you think it's worth at least a look. I encourage you to look at them. I'm just telling you what I see. Any token that proactively reaches out and asks me to shill their project, I will out them because I don't think they're worth your time from my perspective, because they're not going to respect you as an investor. They don't care about you. They care about their profit and the profit of the shillers that are shilling the project. And at some point, I suspect this dude would rug pull because I don't see anything fundamental about it. I don't see any audits. I don't see locked liquidity. The ownership is certainly not renounced. The doxing is a joke. Like, there's nothing around it that makes me say this is worth anybody's time. And then this garbage, I would say they're gone before the year's end. Probably before mid-year is my guess.